Not long ago, on my Instagram, I stumbled across a 2-year-old post about a country I visited completely accidentally, without any special preparations or any expectations. I didn't have a YouTube channel back then, so I had to enjoy it all by myself. Although I didn't manage to see all the best spots, Armenia has pleasantly surprised me. But there was a sense of understatement. And here I am again. To, as I wrote then, savor and enjoy. Hello everyone, this is Buyan and I came to sunny Yerevan. There was no Rome, but it already stood.
This place, the Erebuni fortress, is 2,803 years old.
Where, in Yerevan, the spirit of magical antiquity
Puff out your cheeks and blow hard.
and a complete freedom for gastronomic restrictions. What is this prohibited stuff here? The city with hundreds of drinking fountains. How good is water here? And cheap, tasty and very rich cuisine. It's not a Caesar, it's Mega Caesar. Get ready to be amazed. The tour around Yerevan's pink streets begins. Every year, more and more tourists discover the city for themselves, and Yerevan gladly surprises them, especially those that love antiquities. The history of Yerevan is incredibly rich. The city is nearly 3,000 years old. At the beginning was laid down here, at the Arenberg Hill. An ancient Erebuni fortress, which gave life to the Armenian capital, was excavated here. A historian who promised to tell lots of interesting stuff is waiting for me here. It seems he's there. Suran is an employee of the Visit to Armenia tour company, who agreed to help me with everything. But let's get back to our fortress that is 29 years older than Rome.
This place, the Erebuni fortress, is 2,803 years old.
2,803 years.
Yes, it is. But the people, well, this is the cuneiform written history. This is the number we know. But people lived here long before that. It's a very famous place that later turned into a fortress, and then into a city we live in now.
In mid-20th century, archaeologists found here halls and temples, dwellings and storehouses, rooms with rich decoration. All this proves that Yerevan is one of the oldest cities in the world. Is it that Armenian capital's name Yerevan derives from the name of the Erebuni fortress?
Yes, it is correct. There is another explanation, saying that in Armenian it means emergence, but it's a pure coincidence. But Erebuni, Yerevan, and later in Soviet period it was polished, it was given its literary gloss, and it became Yerevan.
During the Soviet rule, Yerevan was completely rebuilt, so almost no monuments from the Erebuni era survived. But archaeologists are digging and we might see them find something staggering. And what are you doing here? Just clearing it up for something?
Yes.
Will there be excavations here later?
Yes, probably.
And where do you put it? Or in the bucket? In a word, it's worthwhile seeing a place Yerevan originated from. It was here the ancient Urartu people lived, who left cuneiform, a palace and numerous exhibits behind. Also, Erebuni fortress offers a stunning view on the entire city and Mount Ararat. What a beauty it is! It's time for me to move on. After all, the sun is climbing high and it burns. Another little life hack. If you head here in hot weather, make sure to take water with you, as you won't bite here. However, the city center definitely has no problems with water. Sunny Yerevan has over 1,500 drinking fountains, thanks to architect Alexander Tamanyan for this. During the massive reconstruction of the city, he decided that people shouldn't spend money on drinking water. Said and done. This is the main palpalak in the city, or to put it simply, little fountains. Such fountains are spread throughout the entire city. Mountain water springs out of them and you can drink it. Let us check the water quality here. I have this special tester. We gather water in a cup and let's immerse it. 114. This means it's mountain water indeed. The water is for free. Fruits and vegetables almost free. Markets and shops sell them at bargain prices, especially if compared to Moscow prices. I'm shocked. A kilo of those tomatoes goes for 28 rubles, or about 34 cents. I have no words. I'm not even gonna say how much I pay for tomatoes in Moscow. And those tomatoes are even cheaper. Is it even worth saying how does it affect meal prices in local cafes and restaurants? A controlled purchase to prove it. Right, let's see the prices. Khinkali are about $1/2. Borscht, $3. 100 grams of pork shashlik costs $2. I reckon it's a lot cheaper than, for instance, in Moscow. It's not a Caesar, it's Mega Caesar. We, of course, aren't used to such portion sizes. Right, compote, lemonade. And what does okroshka do among soft drinks? It's a soup. It's the first course. That's interesting. It's very unusual. Remotely reminds the taste of okroshka, but it's tasty, refreshing. But I still prefer our okroshka. By the way, Russians don't need a visa for Armenia. Moreover, as of recently, you can enter with a Russian domestic passport. It's a bliss. At the main square of Yerevan, Republic Square, it becomes clear why the city is called a tough city. Here we see black tuff, white tuff, and of course pink tuff. It is thanks to it that the city is called pink. Alexander Tamanyan, we met earlier, headed the reconstruction of the city. His signatures are elements of church architecture, national ornaments, and natural building material, volcanic tuff. It was Tamanyan who turned the typical for the 20th century Middle Eastern settlement into a modern metropolis inimitable in style. Here it is, Yerevan's main decoration, the Grand Cascade. This is a complex of stairways, fountains and flower beds that link the upper and lower parts of the city. The Cascade is truly impressive. It's beautiful, modern and fits harmoniously into the urban environment. There are unusual statues brought here from all over the world by the lower steps. For instance, this smoking lady with impressive forms is from Amsterdam. Cascade complex is Yerevan's landmark, its modern symbol. But there is another, older one. Kond is one of Yerevan's oldest districts. What immediately strikes you is the tiny courtyards. They say up to 9 families can live in, and one family's ceiling can be a terrace for neighbors above. The buildings have been preserved since the 19th century. And you know, there is a unique small world feel inside the big city. Will modern Yerevan in just one of its once rich districts? Nobody knows. Kond is a city within a city. It may not be very presentable for tourists, but this is the old Yerevan. The single-story houses are long dilapidated and crooked. Many only stand thanks to wooden stanchions, but the people of Kond are proud of their old neighborhood.
Well, this is actually the oldest district.
Well, 200 years, of course.
Yes, 200 years, even more. We don't know exactly, but we know for sure that 200 years ago, I know people whose grandfather was here then, others else. But there are actually houses that are older. More than 200, 250, 300 years. There are such houses.
One can endlessly wander along the narrow streets. It's easy to get lost here, but the locals are always ready to help. Hearty people. Is this the oldest house?
The bottom is the oldest, but the top is about 70, 80 years old. But nobody lives there now, because it began falling apart from the bottom. Nobody lives there. But people used to live there. A family lived there.
So the bottom is the oldest, and at the top?
At the top they later...
Built it.
Yes, built it. But when the bottom began falling apart, everyone moved out of there. They left. But this is what it was like in ancient times. You see? Chalk.
Yes.
They used to paint and whitewash all the walls with chalk. This is what it was like in the olden days. These are the oldest walls I was telling you about.
Don't they plan to restore this house?
No! Do you know what it is like now? They want to...
Knock it down.
Yes. The people that will buy the land now, they want to knock it down. There must be some 10 trucks to take all of it out of here.
Oh, to get big trucks in here, of course.
And also now, how much stone they will have to drag here.
Every other person I met tries to invite me over. After all, Armenian hospitality is no figure of speech. It's lovely here, cozy, your own courtyard.
Yes, we have apples, apricots, figs, everything. Here are grapes too.
And a big house. How many people live here? How many people?
We are 5 families.
5 families.
Used to be 8 in the past, but some have now received flats and they left. We stayed here.
Rumor has it that the neighborhood will be resettled. Kond will be knocked down and beautiful modern buildings will grow in its place. But to imagine Yerevan without those tidy slums with incredibly hearty people is very difficult.
Go on, find another good large one.
Here it is, got it for myself, the tastiest one. Is this a fig? Thank you very much. Baby girl. Thank you very much for hospitality. Thank you for interacting with us. It's very pleasant.
Where are you headed now?
Now we'll walk around Kond for a bit and then we'll head to the city. Walking around Yerevan, I accidentally saw one more ancient masterpiece. This church is more than 300 years old. The church appeared at the spot a chapel over a tomb of Saint Ananias stood, one of the 70 apostles. The legend has it that the miracle-working gospel Zoravor was kept here. It means Almighty. This temple is also called Saint Zoravor. During the Soviet rule, the church was used for various purposes, but in the end it was returned to the believers. Today, Saint Zoravor is one of the most revered temples in the country. We're moving on. A distinct smell of cheese, nearly forgotten in our country, is on our way. Say cheese. Prohibited stuff. As I really love cheese, and it's also written it's prohibited stuff, I'm obliged to walk in and say it. Hello.
Hello.
What is this prohibited stuff you have here? Sanctioned goods.
Are you from Russia?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Prohibited and sanctioned goods. Cheeses, European dessert cheeses which, alas, aren't available in Russia. Therefore, we are very happy about this fact because all Russian connoisseurs come to us for those cheeses.
You have Italian, Swiss, French ones, right?
Yes, we have pretty much all the most popular countries that produce cheese. Netherlands, Switzerland, Italy, France, Armenia.
Armenia?
Yes, Armenia too, because here we have those Armenian pots that are very popular with Russian tourists, because you can give them as a gift.
It's obvious that everything in this lovely shop is oriented at Russian tourists. And while we have sanctions and anti-sanctions and Europe has quality cheeses, this Armenian business will flourish. I suppose this is your shop, as you know it all very well.
Yes, I run everything here, though we do have staff, but I deliver these cheeses myself. Deliver, I mean, I order these cheeses, then we deliver them in refrigerators from various countries. I slice them, I study them, and present them.
Dozens of sorts from various countries. And there is always a bonus, a mini show from the shopkeeper.
French brie, yes, the soft cheese. This is Parmesan, the most famous Italian cheese in the world. This is Gruyere. Gruyere is considered a calling card of Switzerland. It has been produced since 1115. Can you imagine? It has been produced since year 1115. Switzerland is...
And what is this interesting cheese in a round box?
This one? You are a true connoisseur, because this is a controlled Swiss cheese. It's called tête de moine, translates as a monk's head. This cheese has its own legend. It has been produced for 7 centuries by Swiss monks. Prior to it being named tête de moine, it was called Belay. But there was a civil war in France in 1787, if I'm not wrong, and at that time the French army entered the Swiss territory where this abbey produces this cheese. They beheaded all the monks, and then they climbed down into the cave these cheeses were kept in, and they saw these cheese heads that look like this, and they renamed this cheese from Belay to tête de moine, monk's head. This is a sad legend, but in fact it's a high-quality cheese that has to be served in a particular way. This knife is called girole. It is placed at the top, then with such a motion, it is shaved into flowers. It is very well paired with red wine. Besides the fact that our cheeses are very tasty, they can be gifted. Here you are.
Oh, that's wonderful, thank you. It's so tender, so creamy.
Do you like it?
Very much.
And if it is paired with red wine, the full bouquet of flowers will be revealed.
I'm drooling.
And you will sense all the details of European dessert cheeses.
And what about transfigurations? Yes, right in a cheese shop. You have so many hats here. May I try some on?
Yes, of course. These are performance cheeses. Please choose. I shall join you too.
Excellent, thank you.
That's it, welcome. And this cheese board I made before your arrival, I'll present to you, and in our cheese corner, you'll be able to try our European cheeses and good chilled white wine.
Well, what can I say? I'm in for a treat. Cheese corner turned out to be a paradise corner. Greens, chill, cheese. What else does one need to be happy? What a beauty. Thank you very much. Thanks. They also wrote me a wish. Not a wish, just a nice thing. This is so sweet. Very hearty place. I love places where cheese is served in the right way, with honey, or for instance, also like it with peach jam. Flavor extravaganza. When you're in Armenia, make sure to visit here, I really recommend. Basically, you can bring cheese we've been calling sanctioned for several years from Armenia, as well as something authentic. As per usual, you can stock up in some souvenir shop, but it's better to buy in a flea market. I came to the famous Vernissage. My aim is to find some authentic item as a memento. It's well known that Armenia is rich with handicraftsmen, and I reckon many of them sell their goods right here. The main non-food market of the country, that started off as Armenian street artist exposition. Here's where the name Vernissage comes from. Now it's a huge city of craftsmen, jewelers, ceramists, woodcarvers, and of course weavers. Tell me please, how much are the carpets?
The carpet prices vary depending on size, age, and quality.
Let's say this one.
Let's say this one is one of the most expensive carpets we have here.
What a choice.
Yes, it costs $1,200.
$1,200?
Yes.
Do you make them by hand?
They're all handmade. This carpet is 90 years old. This is why it is so expensive.
How much time, roughly, does it take to make such a carpet?
A small carpet is around a week or 3 days. Well, it depends on the professional doing it. If it's a newbie, it can take even a month. But a carpet like this will take 2 months, 3 months or so.
Serious time.
Because each knot, every single knot, look here. Every single dot here is a little knot. Each knot has to be tied.
There are no tourist crowds at the market, and on the counters, whatever your soul desires, carpets, tea sets, jewelry, musical instruments. I easily found distinctly Armenian one. Is this duduk?
Yes, Armenian duduk. In Armenian it's called sinarapo.
Is this a national instrument?
Yes, ancient national instrument. It's only made in Armenia and nowhere else.
Can anyone learn how to play?
Anyone can, but one needs some time for this to master the craft. The key is to understand the principal fine foundational information.
Can you play?
I can a little bit, yes. My friend taught me. We make everything by ourselves. He's a duduk master and he taught me.
It seems I found my master. Do I blow here?
Blow here, yes. Yes.
One must really?
Yes, inflate cheeks and blow hard.
I can inflate cheeks though.
This part here is very light. When you squeeze your lips hard, it closes up straight away. Just lightly place your lips so that the air doesn't escape from the sides. And just blow harder. That's
Haggling here is allowed and encouraged. It's best to come here on weekends and before lunch. This way you have better chance of finding something unique. My lovelies, I'll raffle this duduk among you. Leave your comments under the video. A comment that will get the most likes in a week will receive this souvenir from Armenia. And don't forget to pour water in here for it to play. And probably keep it away from the kids, otherwise they'll drive you mad. If there is Vernissage, there will be an artist too. I decided to pop over to Vardan Gabrielian, whose works are renowned far beyond Armenian borders. His works are in museums and private collections throughout the world: Strasbourg, Paris, London. Each work is deep and with numerous meanings.
Especially such paintings that don't have a limited meaning. They are abstract and polysemous. Everyone looks in their own way and everyone sees what they want to see in this picture. There are some people that say that they see a face or some figure. Yes, but it's a purely abstract picture. There is no face, nor nothing. And the person that wants to see, they see everything.
Vardan Gabrielian is an author of 1,000 paintings. There are also such that you can observe not just with your eyes.
You can't touch paintings usually, right? But these ones you can touch. It can be loved every day. Stroke it. This is how this one is.
But recognition of the talent entails high prices. How much does this painting cost?
Some $300.
Some $300.
Yes.
What a beauty.
They are very different, you see. Different, basically different.
So beautiful.
Here in this, inside this chest of drawers, there are about $300,000.
Well, not a cheap drawer.
Yes.
However, not all the paintings can be bought. Those are especially dear to the heart must stay nearby, according to the painter in the workshop. Do you remember that moment when your paintings were recognized by the world society? What did you feel?
Well...
Some pride? Or was it like whatever?
No, not whatever. All of this has a meaning, so...
Did you feel proud?
Yes, definitely. I don't remember, somewhere around 1918 or 1987, 5 of my paintings were bought in America, the gallery of Jane Zimmerly in New Jersey. Yes, well, I did have this feeling that I'm soaring in the skies.
Do you remember the paintings you sold to New Jersey?
No, I don't remember the paintings. I don't even have photos left.
What's the name of the gallery?
Jane Zimmerly.
I'll go to New York, we'll pop over to New Jersey and we'll definitely check on them.
Please.
I'll find them. I'll even write it down, not to forget. What year is this?
This one is 1988.
1988.
Yes.
For some reason, in this painting, I see such a joyful carnival like in Rio de Janeiro. I don't know why. It's the first thing that came to mind. What did you want to show when you were painting this picture?
Well, I actually don't remember what did I want to show, but...
And what did you see?
This actually is... Actually, yes, it is similar to Carnival. The Carnival of color and music. Not just not just carnival in that sense.
After all, I'm traveling, that's why I have such associations.
Carnival of color, yes, it can be said so.
Just as the city itself, that is, as if someone has poured pink paint over it. Just look at it. Does the city not look like a strawberry cake or raspberry ice cream, especially in the light of setting sun? Yerevan is marvelous, sunny but not too hot, with wonderful architecture and delicious food. Inexpensive and moreover safe. Here you're sound to go out for night strolls. And yes, night Yerevan is a completely different city. I decided to end my Yerevan trip like this, in a real leisure carriage, slowly and lushly through the night city. The rhythm of life here really is rather hasty, and the people are so friendly and hospitable. Even in such a transport, they are ready to treat you to wine and, if you wish, light a shisha. I'm sad to leave the Pink City, but I'll stay in Armenia for longer. Wait for another episode about this amazing country. This is Buyan. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment. And remember, with me, you'll miss the places you haven't yet been to. Hey, coachman, let's go faster. Great things await us.
I'm never so packed for the stack, never lied on the rap, got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson.